I have just had a haircut, and I feel like a handsome young man. Do you like Overwatch? I know I do. Yo, go down! Why are you making me go down first, man? Just listen to that passion in my voice.
You're actually fucking terrible, man.
If you've played the game recently, then you would know that the devs are way too lazy to bring out a new map, so instead they reworked an old one, that being Arctic Peninsula. Now, is the redesign better than the original? Yes. Maybe. I don't know. But what I do know is that you need to wake up. The devs are literally bribing us to play this fucking map. Just look at that. Reduced loss and plus 10 comp points. They are bribing you. That is bribery. This means that every time you see this game in the map selection, it will almost always be picked, which is much to my distaste, but maybe that's because I don't like control point. In fact, I don't even like payload. I don't even really like Overwatch now I think about it. Now, that being said, that's if the map shows up. Behind me is a 2-hour-long recording where the map got shown a total of 0 times. Dude, I just want to play the new map. But enough of that. Oh, that was zesty. But enough of that. We're not here to talk about bribery and the politics surrounding it. We're here to talk about the new map. Kind of new map, Arctic Peninsula. Now, this is a control point with 3 different points, same as all the other ones. We got this one, and this one, and also this one. I probably should have looked at the names. Let me look at the names real quick. Hang on. Icebreaker, drilling rig. Sorry, someone just started looking at me through my window. I must look like a right weirdo. Oh my god, I'm actually just getting stared at. Hello. And anomaly. Great, we know the names. Now, let's firstly have a look at Icebreaker. I'm assuming this is Icebreaker because it's got a giant ship breaking the ice. What's the name of the ship? I swear this ship is named like Perseverance or Transcendence or some shit. In any way, oh my god, I'm still being stared at through my window. There's some kid just like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? I ask myself that sometimes. Where was I? Right, yes, the ship. Now, this ship is lodged in the ice. And tell me that this isn't a reference to none other than Ernest Shackleton. Now, who is Ernest Shackleton, I hear you saying? I play Overwatch. I don't know my history. Well, let me introduce you to the absolute Giga Chad of Ernest Shackleton. This man, in the early 1900s, set sail from the southern tip of Australia to the Arctic Peninsula. However, during his expedition, his ship got lodged between some ice and it was stuck there. Oh my god, he's still there. And it was stuck there for multiple months. Now, did Ernest and his crew die like a bunch of pussies? No, they somehow persisted through this. The Endurance, which was the ship, was being crushed under the ice and it eventually sank, meaning that they had to go on an expedition across the Arctic on foot. They did have sled dogs, but they later had to kill them and eat them because they had nothing else. They set up camp somewhere waiting for some shit to melt, and they also brought like their life rafts with them. And Shackleton was like, oi dickhead, let me go find some help, you guys stay here. And then he found some help, and then like 5 months later came back to rescue the rest of his crew. Absolute Giga Chad. And not only did he survive one of the most deadly expeditions by man, he went back home and he joined the fucking army. He was like, oh sorry love, this one enough for me, I'm gonna go join the army. He joined the fucking army after the most horrific expedition, frostbite all over his body, men killed, he had to shoot his own sled dogs. Fuck it bro, go join the army, fight in World War I. What is this guy on? And then he later died of a heart attack while planning an expedition to circumnavigate the whole of Antarctica. Are we dead ass? I'm yelling with this. We're talking about Overwatch. This isn't a video about Ernest Shackleton, but you should go watch a video on Ernest Shackleton because he's very, very interesting. I love Ernest Shackleton. Tell me your thoughts on Ernest Shackleton in the comments down below. Anyway, I think that this ship is a reference to Ernest Shackleton. Even the name sounds familiar. I can't remember the name, but Endurance and Resolute sound pretty similar to me. The actual map, right, so this ship doesn't make a lot of sense. If you look at the sides of the ship, there are no guard railings on the edges, if you see what I mean. It would be so easy. Say this ship was hypothetically on water like it used to be, people could just walk off Like, what if you got a blind person on board? They'll just walk off, fucking, sorry, love, gonna go to the bottom of the sea. You would just die. This would never be a real ship. I get it, it's a video game, blah, blah, blah. Also, there's a room at the front of the ship. I don't know what the front of a ship is called. The stern? Or is that the back? I'm gonna say it's the stern. If there's any boat people in the comments, don't get mad at me. I've only got 100 hours on Sea of Thieves. When you go through this room, you go like under the stern and there's this massive fucking anchor with some rope and you're thinking, great, this is where they drop the anchor to stop the ship from moving. Well, maybe the ship is lodged in the ice because they couldn't figure out how to get the fucking anchor out of this room. Do you know how much an anchor weighs? Neither do I. But Google AI Overview told me that it can be around 15,000 kilograms. Now, I may look very strong, and believe me, I am, but I'm not able to lift 15,000 kilograms. And if I can't, then I don't think anyone on this ship can. So how are they deploying this anchor? Well, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, it's a fucking universe where like Reinhardt exists. So this first point is great though. You've got loads of things. You've got penguins, you've got even more penguins, and you've even got 2D penguins. Just look at that. So let's have a look at the second one where the big drill is. This is the big drill. What is it drilling, you may ask? I'm not sure because it's pointed downwards. But you won't be drilling downwards because then you'll just be drilling into the architecture, which makes me think, okay, maybe this drill can like tilt and then it drills into that wall over there, right? Why would they drill into that wall? It's a very hollow wall and there's clearly nothing in there. So what the fuck is the deal with the drill? Can we get some drill lore? Hey, I'm on Eco Point Antarctic. No, this ain't. I'm on Arctic Peninsula and I don't know what the drill does. Can we get some drill lore? Hey, Overwatch lore guys, can we get some drill lore, please? I don't know what this is doing here. Having a look around this map, you can find some temperature readings. Now, where have I seen these temperature readings before? Oh, I'm thinking in my big brain. What am I doing? Okay, so these temperatures, we have seen these before on Runasapi. In my previous video, I said something along the lines of, oh, there's all of these control panels on Runasapi and they have these temperature readings, but the readings are so low, it can't relate to anything in Runasapi because nothing's going to be minus 50 degrees. I said something like that, but the temperature readings here are copy-pasted from Runasapi, but this map came out first, so Runasapi has stolen the temperature readings. They literally just copy-pasted it, and they're like, oh, fuck it, this will be good enough. So this is what the temperature readings are actually representing. They're meant for this map, not any other map. Now, you can see from these readings that the map temperature is dropping due to an incoming storm. That is very good world building. Gold star to Blizzard. Thank you very much. Now, we can look further around this area and see that batteries are low. Why are the batteries low? Ooh, I don't know. But this place is running out of batteries and there's a big storm incoming, which is going to fuck the whole area up. So it's like minus 50 degrees outside, so we're fucked. But why are there water bottles outside? There are water bottles all over this map, but it's minus 50 degrees. I'm telling you this like you don't already know, but water would freeze if it's minus 50 degrees, right? Water freezes and expands. In fact, there's a lot of things that should be frozen which aren't frozen, and it really ticks me off. I'm so angry, I say, slamming my hand into the desk. But that is besides the point. The point is, all of the flags on this map blow in the wind in the same direction, which is actually accurate to where the wind is going, which I love, by the way. There's over like 50 flags on this map, and they're all blowing in the correct direction, corresponding to where the wind is blowing. And that's something that can't go unappreciated, because games fuck this up all the time, but they did it really well. The wind is blowing and the flags are reacting correctly, and I like that. Okay, I've been yelling a lot. I'm gonna try and just breathe for a second. Right, enough of that. Let's look at the third control point. This is Anomaly, and I saved it until last because Anomaly sounds interesting, and if I leave the most interesting thing till the end of the video, it means people will watch it for longer because there's a payoff to what I'm talking about. Hopefully. Now, I actually had a really tough time finding out what the anomaly was. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. I mean, there's these like holes in the ice everywhere, and I struggled to find out what the anomaly was. Or what's the anomaly? Overwatch lore, guys. Can we get some anomaly lore, please? I don't know what the lore is. I don't know what the anomaly is. Can I get some help over here? Is this the anomaly? Or perhaps this? Is this the anomaly? Or maybe this? I don't really know. I'm gonna assume that it's the giant blizzard above the control point, right? That looks pretty anomalous to me. And I think if you're in game and you like fly into it, you just like fucking die. We know about the anomaly because I've looked around this map and there is this screen which says that there's like 8 anomalies sightings on this map, which is quite interesting. It probably explains why there's a lab here in the first place to investigate the anomalies, but we're running out of storage and power to research the anomalies because of the constant snowstorms. And oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, global warming is real. Global warming is actually real. Wait, Donald Trump was actually lying. These are the consequences of our actions as humans. What the fuck am I on about, man? Okay, let's go back to this being a bit more simple. On one of the spawns on this point, there is a poster that says "Hang in there," which is a reference to that real life poster that you see in a bunch of movies. It says "Hang in there," which is like the sloth on the branch, but instead it's a little guy, which I quite like. Graphic design is my passion. There's calendars around the map saying to like charge snowball, and it's McCready's birthday. McCready, by the way, is one of the crew. There was like 6 or 7, don't fucking laugh. There were 6 or 7 crew members that worked at Eco Point Antarctica. All of them, apart from May, sadly died in cryosleep, which actually seems like quite a nice way to go. So May was like the only one left. Yeah, they all sadly died in cryosleep, which is something that Project Hail Mary would shamelessly steal 9 years later. But that's besides the point. Ryan Gosling, I love you. Anyway, what were we talking about? Shackleton? Overwatch? What do you want to fucking hear about? Now, that is about everything I wanted to say about the new map. I'm not going to talk about the new fucking like AI generated character that is Sierra. Man, she's boring. Nor am I going to talk about the questionable balance patches that Overwatch devs have delivered. I'm above that. But instead, what I will discuss is how these devs are bribing you to play their new, questionably improved map through reduced losses and comp points. My name is Judd. Thank you for listening to me. Also, my girlfriend says this shirt made me look gay, so if you don't think I look gay, you should comment saying that I don't look gay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.